Maybe YouTube censoring me? I don't know. Speaking of YouTube, it looks like we're about to break 300 subscribers. Not really tripping
That's
on that
awesome.
at that front, but we're 10 away from that. I want to hit 1,000, and then I'll be comfortable. But anyways, moving back towards the coffee and stocks list, I want to see what's moving. Of course, we are expecting things to kind of come back down, so not getting my hopes up about too many of these. But for the most part, like the spread tracker's on point. I just got to figure out why it's displaying the information incorrectly here. But it's so let's do this. Snow. Snow is a pretty much higher price point, of course. So when you look at the option chains on these stocks that are like 100, 200 above, I mean, although you look at strong companies. And it's not that we expect those to come down a little bit more. So looking at it on a 4-day expiration, you can get about 600 to 730. But of course, it's going to pick up $2. We have to confirm that the actual market is going to continue pushing down, first and foremost, and that's what's going to happen. Now, I do want to bring in our daily trade log so we can utilize that tool just a little bit. And as you can see, we're in a -3. So that means the markets are going to pull back. International equities are down because of concerns about a third lockdown in Europe and in Germany and that side of the world. So definitely something to look at, because the international equities and where they're moving actually does have an effect on the U.S. equities. You can kind of gauge what's going to happen here based off what's going on there, especially with them opening up their markets earlier than us. So we're pretty much flat for the U.S. equities with the score 0. Dow is down about 0.15%. S&P is up about 0.1, and NASDAQ is up 0.65. So that's something I want to point out too, is the fact that these are up at the levels that they are, and the differences between the two. So you have like a 0.55% gap between the NASDAQ and the SPY. So it's better to do QQQ calls or puts than it is to do a bit more in depth on that. Is we're seeing some EMA rejections right there at that 55 EMA, and now we're breaking through the 34. So even though we were seeing an EMA compression here, it's actually showing the rejection that we could come back down, and that's on the 1 hour. That's the most important time frame that I base my trades off of, at least. So same for the 4 hour. It looked like we were having a slight breakdown there. They did go red, but you could have bounced off of that 13 and came back up. MACD would, if you were looking at the MACD, you would assume that this was about to bounce again, but these down. I expect that to occur. We can potentially look at when did it go to 300? Oh, that was back at the beginning of March. We can expect this to try to bounce up, but ultimately come back down, and we go after that 300 price target again anyways that we were looking at last week. And then look for support and a reversal at the end of this sometime midweek. I'm not expecting this to be, intraday or anything, but I'm not saying that it can't be flipped into calls on Friday. Buy into anything else outside of what I already hold, which is mainly just RMO right now, because I'm lowering my risk exposure by not being in anything and letting the markets do what they need to do, and then ultimately capitalizing off of the puts that we're doing on the markets, so I can build up my buying power, catch the reversal once we do catch it. Here, welcome. This is our coffee and stock sessions. We do it about 7:15 Central Time every morning, where we review the markets and go here and seeing what's going on there. And looking at it on the 30, we're actually seeing some EMA rejections there. So this could actually reverse, and then we see a flip side to the SPY and the QQQ to the upside. So I want to go ahead and start looking at our option chain for that, so we're prepared for the small account challenge. I'll look at the SPY first. No, I'll look at the QQQs. That's what I'm more interested in. And then we'll build out, okay, if it goes up, then we're going with this. If it goes down, we're going with that. So We're just ready. So we're up about $2. So we have to account for theta burn over the weekend. A lot of these price points are going to come down. Jesus, sorry, my alarm again. A lot of these prices are going to come down just off theta. Looking at these puts, this is on a 4-day. I want to look at least, you can look at the 4-day because we have until Friday to hold them basically. Thursday, Friday. What's today's date? Thursday. So we can look at that, but just know that if we're expecting to hold this overnight, it's gonna burn us. So I typically look. That's why I stick with the 7 to 10 days on puts, and then 10 to 14 days on calls. Even 21 days if I can capture some good prices, depending on what I'm going after, and how confident I am in the move. We have about 9 people on the YouTube. If you're new, we'll be getting into a more in-depth call after the live stream ends. Let me finish that part. Add me on Facebook. But moving forward, you can expect these to come down about a good $100, and then the from off of them. So we're looking at about $4.95, right? Still be in the money calls, these 315s right here. So definitely looking at that. If we were to look at calls at the 315. You're pulling $100 off, $150 off of these 474, so we're looking at like 350 plus minus 100, so dollars give or take on it is or wait, Facebook. Let's still laugh. All right, so that's our plays is March 31st. 315 calls or 315 puts, and you know things can shift going into market open. So I'm not gonna necessarily say this is just gonna come down because the 10-year is showing momentum loss in itself. 4 hours propped up pretty well for the QQQ, $50 per dollar, so that's at least $250. I really hate that YouTube's messing up because it seems like some new people are in here. I know we have a few people on the Discord call. What is 4 of us on the Discord? So wish they'd get their stuff together this morning. Yeah, I haven't seen anybody join the Discord just yet. But who's on the YouTube? Is anybody on the Discord on the YouTube as well? Because I'm trying to determine who is on YouTube and Facebook Live. I must suggest, you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Not much. Just trying to see how we're gonna open up. Carl, I thought that it was my internet messing up. Yeah, you're not the only one. Good morning, Rich. How you doing? Good morning, Carl. Good morning, Antoine. I'm not sure if you're still here. But yes, I'm on Facebook Live. If you go to our Millennial Investments Facebook page, I can share that with you guys. You can catch it right where you're normally at too. So either or. I'd much prefer if you're gonna watch the stream to do it on YouTube, because I can at least get compensated for that. But just as a backup plan, I just threw the Facebook link in the chat for you guys. So I'm really ready. I actually had a dream last night. That's down. But looking at it, I mean, if you look at the spot on the 4 hour, we're seeing those EMAs compressed to the downside, but we could have a potential fake out like we saw right here back in February. But what I'm really looking to do is to identify the downward channel, right? Which has been doing when it come back up. So that's our current channel right there. But actually that option trade alert system, so we can track their coding is weird, because I have to have an automated calculator to the expiration date, and if I can do that, then and a guy named Norrock kind of put me on this. But like I talked to you guys on Saturday, I wanted to Reg just said, is something wrong with the feed? I'm not sure. This is the second feed I had to put up for YouTube this morning. I really hate if it's causing you guys issues because it's pretty much out of my hands. I don't know. But if you could in the chat, just let me know what you're experiencing. That'd be great. But yeah, like basically optimizing on the way we're trading even more than what we're doing, just to make sure we're getting peak amounts, because I know capital target, I hit it. I'm sitting at like 4,023. It buffers on YouTube as well as Facebook. Yeah, so there is like a 15-second buffer because of the resolution that I'm trying to use. If I use lower resolution, it's going to be harder for you to see, but it'll be more live, and vice versa. So I'm trying to mitigate between the two to not cost you anything to do so, but you can get on the live call of that nature. So feel free to join us. I'm dropping the... Give me 1 second. My daughter's about to go to school. Right now, I might see some people hop in here. Yeah, we have CTI. Ian, welcome to the Discord. In the platform, you have a section that's called an investor profile, your social media links. And if you can go and link, help me there. It's kind of hard doing all this by myself, and then keeping up, just, it's a lot. Anyways, it's the SPY, and of course the SPY carries a little bit more weight, to my understanding, over the overall markets. Excuse me. But looks like we might be propping up a little bit. Let me check the 10-minute. 15 this morning, so I'm definitely going to be watching that. But I'm seeing some compression as well. So RSI is sitting about 53, so it's a 50-50 chance of where this could go, and where you know, it could go up, it could go down. So I'm not trying to speculate. It seems like it couldn't get above 390.89 on the 30-minute. Looks like it's rounding off on the MACD. 1 hour is what's really catching my eye on the EMA rejections. The last time we saw a rejection like this was in after hours, after the run we had last week. We propped down and fell to about the 388.90. Looking for how this reacts to these levels right here, the 387.06. This again from scratch. I like to reset weekend and week 523. And there's some levels of concern for anything that you're holding long term, because you're gonna see some strong drops. And then of course there's that 369 level that I was talking about before. I was saying 368 or so is where I expected the markets to come down to. They came to 371, 372. I think it was like to support level on 389.90. If we break through, then we're going down about $4.50. We can capture about 200 to 225 on the way down. If we find support there, then we could reverse and use trades back to the upside. But for the most part, I think we're actually going to break through that level as well and hit the 381.07 areas. That trend line goes higher, so those support levels I expect to follow. For the most part, it might dip down a little bit first before it continues, unless it just has so much momentum loss it continues to break down here. So this is what we'll be looking at. We wanted that 4,000 hour requirement for me to, and it hits my monthly target of what I require. If you need groups that allows it, that'd be great, because I don't want to be required to have to require money for people to access the information. But at the same time, like, it is valuable information and it's not a high price point. That's about as far as I'll go with it. So let's look at the lower time frames again on the SPY. Looks like we're at the top. This is our longer term time frame. We'll call this our midterm time frame. So in this midterm downward channel, I want to see it hit 381. If it does that, then we're making, well, it's 9 times. Give or take $500. I want to see how we open. It might be a little less than that. So I'm not sure where everybody's accounts are. If you could, if you're on the Discord, if you could in the chat on the YouTube, go ahead and post your gains from last week, how much your percentage is up, so everybody can see how well this small account group challenge is doing. And then in the Discord, in the small account challenge channel, let me know what your your accounts are at, people are for date trinkets that are involved in it. I get straight to the point with what I want to look at a few liquidity stocks that are seeing a lot of money come through them this morning. Up 140% last week thanks to Millennial Investments. Thank you, John. Appreciate you for posting.
Anytime, buddy. Lastly, too, I've got little over $800 that I have into this today.
Okay. All right. Cool. So CLVS is seeing about $2.5 billion in transactions this morning. And don't let that number make you feel like this is something to jump into, because when you look at the chart, we've done our tech analysis on AMC. I actually expected to find support around the 1222 or the 1108. And if you're actually looking at bouncing back into this, I'm not sure who's in it, who's out. But I'm more privy to it hitting 1108 than I am 1222. You could potentially find another buying opportunity there, and it actually kind of aligns precisely at the end of the week. You can expect it to potentially be there, but it's so volatile that thing a lot of downward pressure to begin with. I think it should have held. It's held up above that 22.95 support level, but I actually myself wanted to see this stay above 25. It's actually coming down on us, so I can scoot that up, separate it a little bit, and then spread it out, so you can see what I'm talking about. So what we're watching here is the 13 started to cross above 34, and that's why it went green. But the 34 stayed below the 55. And typically what you'll see is the 34 actually tap not the 35, the 55. It'll tap the 55 downs throughout last week. But ultimately, PLTR is I think it's a SaaS company to be correct, but I like their platform. They have a government platform, and then they have a non-governmental platform. They do like 5 or 6 different sectors. Great long-term hold. Buying it cheap right now. If the markets are going to pull back on us, I just don't think it's going to meet the expectations that anyone may have as far as longer-term price targets for PLTR that you expect it to reach back to the 40s, even above the 40s and stuff like that. Like, we have a lot of recovery to do where the markets meet in Main Street. So I think a lot of these things are going to be a lot more cheaper. You can buy into them by the dips where you can find them, and just ride the wave down for now, and then hedge with basically doing puts on the markets the way we are to account for some of the losses you may be taking in your longer term gains. That's why we're doing this account challenge, is to teach people how to utilize options to hedge the markets, to counteract down the road a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and acquiring these stocks at lower price points. So like PLTR. Next one is AAL, American Airlines. And for the most part, last week it did well. A lot of the air industry did well last week due to some things that were going on in this sector specifically. But the thing that stands out to me, it has strong momentum to the upside on the 4-hour. Even though you see this mag easy, if it's able to break through that 24.80, and I'm not going to go too far in depth on that, but I might be. Let me reset the chart real quick. So 24 was actually, I think, stop it, as a identifier that in that regard. So let me close out some of these. Having these 4 charts on 4 or 5 different tabs is really weighing down. It's not even my live stream. It's just a simple fact that I'm doing that. I haven't gauged the markets this morning. I should have. Looks like we're going positive a little bit there, as we have an overall score of 1. Looks like the VIX came down about 1.29%. I want to look at the VIX real quick to see where investor sentiment is for us. Now I told you guys about the VIX. It went to like 1970, and that typically when we hit 20, this was COVID. It seems to be there's something every week that is the reason for the markets getting pulled back. And to some degree, I'm starting to feel like a lot of these things are just people are pouring money into it and then they just drop out. People are losing a lot of liquidity. So like now is a prime time. If that was my attack on the markets being a bigger institutional company, now is the time to do it, because there are a certain select group of people, I'm not sure what the percentage of people are, that are dumping their stimulus checks into the market. But it's almost like you're giving the money right back to somebody else after just receiving it, if you look at it from that standpoint. But if you throw 1,000 into your account and you're down 500, and then you're back up 250, and then you're down 500 again, you only have 250. So what, you're gonna throw another 1,000 at your account, or another 750 to level it out at 1,000? No. You let your money is supposed to make money for you in these markets, and if it's not doing that, then you shouldn't bank the markets to account for losses you're taking on things that you're holding, even on a swing trade or even on something long term. But you can actually do direct puts on the things that you hold in order to hedge your account and capture some gains to the downside as well. Now that's why you don't see me in a lot of stocks that a lot of people are talking. It's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and then it's coming down, and then the come down is harder than as much as it came up. I can't hedge that. I can't make money on the way down, so I'm just watching my money dwindle away, trying to hold on to it for dear life, thinking it's a great company and we're in a bullish market. I'm not the market itself, of course, but you know, it's just things that are coming across that I'm seeing. That's why I don't trade OTCs, because I can't buy options on them. And a lot of you guys know that my strategy is stake free, and I'm catching the money on the way up at the same time. So when I pull out of my option, everything that I put in my equity stake was already free to begin with, and I can just let it run and almost capture those gains for free that I've made. So think about this. I buy 1,000 shares in something, and I buy an option that gets me $50 per dollar. It goes up $1. Say I buy it for $1, so I paid $1,000 off that. Investment is free, so I made another 1,000. You understand? So my profits have made profits already. It takes a larger amount of money to do that though. $4, $6, $8, $10,000. So just something to think about, like just a way to target the markets. It's about 8:19, getting ready to go into the markets now. Let's look at the SPY and see what it's doing. Get caught up. I didn't track the markets again. I want to slap myself. Now we're back to a -1. We were just up to a green. Did I track it? No, I didn't. It would have reloaded if I did. Let me refresh this real quick. Seems like YouTube's messing up again. I keep seeing the viewers. I'm mainly utilizing YouTube for newer viewers that aren't in our communities yet. We have about 300 people on our subscribers list. I'm NASDAQ and S&P showing green. I'm gonna track this going into the market. I did that a little early. I should have just did it at market open. I'm mad I didn't do it at the beginning when we started. Let's look at these lower time frames real quick. So one would look at the MACD and see this round off on it and be like, oh yeah, we're going up. But down to start looking at we had some national activity index numbers come out this morning. I want to see what they're talking about. -1.0. Just going through here real quick, and my advantage. And then we've time for some corrections, and I think that's gonna on chat if you want to ask any questions live now. That is the advantage of being on the Discord, especially with the YouTube messing up on us. So I want to welcome everybody. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Not seeing too many things on news that makes a difference this morning. I will keep that to the side here if anything pops up throughout the day. I don't like quiet mornings, though. I'll tell you that much. Because for the most part, you can have a sneak attack or some news pop out. But by the way, just to reiterate, small account challenge. We're looking at March 31st. What's up? And I know some of you guys can't really just day trade like talking about with these options until you move to your TDA accounts. So yeah, I'm with that. We'll lose about $37, so just be prepared for that for the most part.
Well, we do have the option to buy one, sell one today, buy one, sell one for the 31st. So we could look at the 26th and the 31st, right?
That is true, right? But we're going off the basis that we are around $480 to $500 now on these accounts, right?
Yep.
So if you choose to do that on your own, that's in the movement. I'm buying in with you guys first, and then I'm ladder attacking it with more and more options on the top side. You know, more liquidity there to compensate for the difference. Gonna rip off open SPCB, get some. Alright, cool, gotcha. We need to get as close to in the money as possible. There's, you know, maybe $3 or $4. Then we're looking at like between 40 to 50. So it's still valuable. So what might happen, Reg, is I might call these 315 puts or these 315 calls, and you might have to buy the one right below it. But it's a directional trade, so you'll still capitalize off some of the gains. Stream, if you'll let me know. Thank you. So might be able to do the lower expiration dates, but just to hold the 26th March calls, and it could burn through any of your profits.
So to hit the 315 calls,
we have a few minutes before the market opens. I'm gonna go refill my cup.
For 312 put for around $4.
Hold on before we jump in there.
I'm not gonna jump, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Get out of this, take my money.
Maybe it can cross above 316. Be ready to buy the 315 spread. 31st March. 316.28. If we bounce through that, take 10 and 30. And then on this, I will do, yeah, see, US 10-year is already at 169, showing movement to the upside. On the 1 hour, it's about to take off, so I'm more leaning towards puts than anything, even if we see the markets kind of, you know, step up a little bit, and capture the put options on the flip side. And I needed this. I needed to. Oh no, I don't need to reload. I need to duplicate, and then do QQQs here. I had to use.
I know you're watching QQQ, but Tesla and RMO are going up right now.
That's good because I just bought those warrants.
Hmm?
I don't even know how much I'm up then. I'm up like 16 bucks. I'll take that. Time frames here. Y'all get ready for these puts. Like this some music. I'm just playing. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you do have the same ability I have. Just don't play nothing crazy. That's all I ask. Me too. I mute the entire chat.
oh, that's a good idea too, huh?
Yeah. I just mute it for about an hour or so until it starts annoying me again an hour later. Might be buying BPW. Steve, what are you talking about, bro? Oh, what's up, Nick Lott? What's good? Status? Ugh. So
we're still looking at March 31st.
116 after the rejection.
And 2 accounts working at the same time, so I don't keep getting tripped up on day trades.
Yeah, bouncing
Yeah, so
between
I'm gonna
each
have to
every
stay
day.
at 400 today.
Yeah, trading below EMAs. I would look for entry around the 201. I would look for entry around the 201. Still fine, our minimum. What we look for, but you might run into rejections around the 230, and then this just die out ultimately. But if it bounces above the 230, you're looking for potential exit around 279 or continued resistance rather, not even an exit. Just watch out. Low 6 is red, of course. So whatever we do capture, we capture, and that's what it's about. Snatching what gains you get, and just being consistent. And to speak to that a little bit more, I'm building a what I want to call a personal goal calculator on the platform, just so we can share that information between me and you. We need to make as a community, and we can make trades based off of that. Okay. Going forward, let's check the daily trade log real quick. We're only at a +1, so it's not strong or anything to that degree. Like I said, I feel like this is a fake breakout. US 10-year, let me check where that's at. See how it's performing. Bitcoin's breaking down, like I said. It's already down to 56,857. SPY is picking up a little bit, but rejecting hard too. So we can expect the QQQ to follow suit here in a second. Get ready to buy your puts. We were looking at March 31st. For those that can afford it, March 26th or 31st, same put at 316 now, because we broke above those levels. 10-year is
Damn, that 316 is $4 at March 26th, so I might do that.
Right. We could do the 315s for 5. I mean, we could pay an extra $50 on the 316s, and they'll be in the money. We'll make $50 on the way down.
We think it's coming back up, right? With the
Yeah,
bounce?
we're looking for a double RSI bounce first. It's gonna dip up just a little bit more before it dies out, I think.
Official 313.
Right. It just went green on the 1 hour, and above EMAs. It was a fake breakdown. I'm getting ready to pounce on these trades. I'm just trying to give this double RSI bounce on the 10-minute a little bit more time. I think we'll retest the 316.50 areas one more time before we bounce up. Take a second, like probably 10-20 minutes, because it hasn't even done the double RSI on the 5 either. But what we want is this to... Alright, come on. What could change my whole expectation about the double RSI balance is if the 10-year just takes off.
Because I guess that means it won't wait. It'll just fall out.
No, yeah, it's just gonna fall out, yeah. When the US 10-year hit 173, the QQQ ended up dropping $4. So we can expect 312 coming in here.
442. Yeah, I might just grab that.
I mean, wherever your comfort level is, I'm looking at 520 on these 316 puts. I could pay an extra $50. I could pay an extra $50 on these 317s.
What are you going out to?
I'm
I
looking
got
at
453 max buying power, so
31 March 316 puts. They're about to go below $5 right now.
ooh, it's just 315 going under 450. I will buy it right now.
Snatch.
We're holding
Yeah,
this
I would
on
love
over.
that.
There it goes, under 5.
We holding this overnight?
That's the question. We gotta, I like to determine that at the end of the day. I'm buying these 315s or 316. Bought it for like 505 or something like that.
Right now?
Yes.
Got the 431, the 314 and 431. Alrighty.
I think I'm gonna do some spot puts. It's only a 2 QQQ than anything. Patience is a virtue. We just broke above 1 point. The only thing that would change that game plan is if options at that level. If it was there, I'm about to buy 317s on QQQ. I bought 316s. I'm about to buy 3. That way I'm making $100 every dollar we go down. From
2 trades are not going to be available for another 5 days.
oh yeah.
So if I buy one now,
On camera.
Oh no.
Ladder attack on this thing.
Funny, I was thinking
These 10-minute double RSI bounces are very strong, right? Now, what we could do at the end of the day is, would it have been more advantageous to go ahead and buy calls right now? Because we would really only be up, what, $1.50 or so? And we'd be looking at like $75 in profit. But that would have took away from the actual trades you could have made for the day.
right.
So,
That's kind of what happened Friday, right? I mean,
hell. So on the SPY, 391. Nasdaq's actually pulling back a little bit. I can buy these for 5. Thank you. So I have about $2 grand left to play with if we were to come back down at any point today, find a bottom. The 10-year is sitting at 1698 right now. SPY is pulling back, showing a round off on the 1 in 5 minutes. Should be coming shortly. 10-minute is peaked out on our side, but like I said, watch that 391.64 for you there. But I'm only down myself with all 3 of my calls. I'm only down $5.36. What'd you buy? What was your average? Like I said, it's rounding off on the lower time frames. I think this jolt to the upside was too strong, too quick. Just hit 1.7 on US 10-year. I want to see where Tesla is. Bitcoin's at 57005. Tesla bounced right out to 695. Found rejections. So I'm actually down on RMO $10 today.
I sold my FSL first thing. My little money in ran.
Don't be greedy. Snatch what you can while you can. Especially if this is the plan on everything like coming down.
Yeah, I saw end of the day, Friday, FSL was like 14 something, or a little before that. I just grabbed maybe 10 shares.
Yeah.
Tossed my phone away. I knew I was selling first thing. I didn't care what it did.
Man,
Like 10
like
bucks, I'll take it.
FSL is prime real estate at these prices, in my opinion. I wanna look at the fundamentals on it real quick. My own personal
The goal is
wants.
definitely to get these accounts up to where I have enough money to where I can leave some of it long and still play these short games.
Dude, their fundamentals, 337% EPS growth year over year. Well, of course they broke out the way they did, but net profit margins, they're still positive. They have about 125 million to acquire over 2020 before they actually go net positive on their net profits. And that's down about 7 million. So if you do the math, that's going to take a while before they can go positive in that regard. Oh my gosh. Their market cap to common equity ratio, I've been telling you guys about this a lot. It's you want to see a 1 minimum, and that's good to have a 1. FCell has a 20.7. Their revenue is up. Their current revenue is up 17 basis points, or sitting at 17.306 basis points. Their 5-year average is negative 15. So they're already up, what, 32 points right there? Their 3-year average is negative 9. So, I mean, book value per share is up 250. Up 300 basis points from their 5-year. Alright, so where's the SPY at? We're hitting those levels I was talking about. 391.64. Momentum loss coming. It looks like that was like a last ditch effort to try to break again, but let me go back to US 10-year on the screen. Come on down. Yeah. Come on down. Still at 170 there. Trading above EMAs on the 1 hour. Expect that to break out. See that rejection out that 391.64 on the SPY? Blow. So right now I'm down $50. 32 on those 316s. I want to see what my alright, here it comes. It's going down, baby. Up in the roller coaster, boom, boom, baby. Ready to let it go.
A roller coaster? Oh no.
Huh?
See it going in that roller coaster though.
I was seeing that ludicrous, what is that, country grammar? Is that the...
Yeah, man, you said it was ludicrous. Ain't you from down there?
Yeah.
It was
Louisiana.
Nelly, and he was going down
Oh,
a Range
Nelly.
Rover.
I said ludicrous.
You're embarrassing yourself. Hey, you said roller coaster. Oh, I was like, oh no, ain't you from the South?
Christ, dude, I'm a metal kid, and I knew that.
Jesus.
Hush. It's too early in the morning. I ain't thinking. My brain's elsewhere. It's in these charts. Forgive me.
You got to turn that accent off, man.
All right, bro. All right, so my biggest burn is those
negative.
317 puts. I could honestly buy more puts right now, but I want to keep the other 2,000 for any potential reversals. Somebody just tried to call me. Who calling me? Man, I said ludicrous.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay though.
All right, cool. Don't hang me on that one.
I'll let it go. But it was a surprise to hear.
All right, we're breaking below.
We'll see how these putts turn out today.
Yeah, all
Then we
right.
might hold it against you.
That'll work.
Yeah, right. Now, if we're not green today, I'm gonna have to give you something for that. But
That's fine.
still in a good mood.
Got you. Is anybody still on the live stream? Because I'll shut it down if not. Oh, we got 3 people there. What's up? Who's on YouTube with us? Or is it you guys in the Discord? I think
I'm not
everybody
on it.
Yeah.
I'm not on anymore.
I think I was on there watching the chat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Got you. Breaking below 317 now. So momentum loss on the 1 already in place. The 5 minutes following. That's gonna, regardless of what we see occur on the 1, 5 minutes gonna weigh down on it. 10 minutes coming right behind the 5. So should see this kind of fall out. I want to track the markets a little bit. Still seeing a positive 1 overall. The VIX is down negative 3.25% for the day, but it's actually it's dropped, so it should be below like $20 now, I think. Let me see. We have 4 people on the live stream. What's up? If you would share it, that's all I ask. We're still about $20 on, or 20 basis points on the VIX right now, so below 317. Let me see if that. Yeah, so I think it was a good trade. Seeing sell volume come in on the 5-minute time frame. Looks like we peaked out on the one thing I was watching for was the EMAs on the 1 hour, and we're at that point where the 34 taps at 55, and I think it's gonna bring this down. All right, we don't go green today, they said. You know, at one point when we first started this, I used to stress about it, like, oh man, are we gonna go down? Are we gonna go red today? But at this point, I'm like, no, we're good. We're winning. My 317s are positive. Still down
Definitely feel more comfortable
$32.
about these days now.
Say what now?
So definitely feel better about these days now, even though it sucks the market's not up and up, but
I mean, all right. So
Yeah.
something to watch real quick. Oh man, it's already 300% high. SPRT is up 300%, but they're seeing about $1 billion in trades. Our RLX is down 40%, and they're seeing about $500 million in trades. Ooh, AMC is burning somebody's pockets. Down to
Oh, no.
1208. I told
a
y'all.
lot of people were feeling good about AMC. I was actually talking to a guy over the weekend who was telling me how
Look at
he
that.
held and it was about to take off.
Look at that.
All right, man.
Look at that. I mean, these are the lower time frames too. No, these are the longer time frames. Broke that 1209 level. I told you it was coming back to 1108. Called that this morning. Told him go check the stream.
You know, one thing that I'm holding, I just want to sell out a straight spite right now.
What?
CCIV, I am so pissed off at my buy on that.
Oh. Jeff, are you still on, bro?
Yeah, I'm still here.
We're retapping that 391.64.
I saw that.
That means we're at 317.50 on QQQ. What do I want to do? What do I want to do with it? Buy more?
What is SPRT?
Shall I buy more? At these levels? For cheaper? QQQ. Maybe I should do some SL puts. Like $146. I make $51 every dollar it goes down, but I don't expect it to go to like $1 or $2. I made some good money off of my calls and puts for FSL actually. I might do it. Might throw 100 at it. Blah 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 blah. Come on up a little bit more for me for a second, and then drop out. So I'll buy these 318s for like $5.25 if you give them to me. If I do that, then I will make, once we get back below 317, I'll make $55 for every 318 put, $50 for every 317, and $49 for my. Yeah, this thing ain't coming back now. I don't think it's going back up. We're breaking down. I'm buying 318s. Get up. Get up. Get to me. Oh, I dropped out too quick. Fill my order. Thank you. Somebody sold it to me. Alright. May we commence the fallout now. If there's nobody on the live stream, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. If you can let me know if you're still on the live stream, I'll keep it running, but I've asked a few times, nobody said anything. Feel free to join our Discord. We're on an actual Discord call, watching this a little bit more in real time. I'll share the link once again. We got some people on the Welcome Center. What's this message on the welcome center? Oh, nice. I like the layout. Cool, cool. At the cool. Yeah, I did a bunch of updates to the Discord this weekend. Oh yeah, I was supposed to be sharing the link real quick for these people. Yeah, it sucks. Like, I have so much to do that I'm so scatterbrained. It's like I'm everywhere at once.
Gotta start delegating, bro.
Delegating.
Sure.
Delegating. What?
It's like, what does that even mean?
What?
Like, you mean like have somebody else do it? Not me?
It sounds so nice.
How do I do that?
I don't know, man. Like, that is a dilemma daily. Of like, yeah, I can let somebody else do this, but is it gonna be done like exactly, precisely the way I want it done? There's that.
I used to have 6 employees, and I came to the conclusion that I had to delegate 5 tasks in the day. Every single task was done to my expectation of 70% done. But you know what? That was still 70% that I didn't have to do that day.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of trying to build these automation systems in here so I can kind of minimize human error. Because, like, that's like, all right, John, for instance, with the spreadsheet you're working on the spread tracker with me, there's a certain symbol set that can be used only. Like, we only can base our symbols off of Thinkorswim and not TradingView, because TDA might use different symbols than TradingView does, right?
Right.
There's a whole bunch of things. Like, that's why I haven't built out my option setup, because the way that it works is weird. Like I said, I have to have an auto calculator from the expiration date and today's date for it to even pick up the option chain out of the API. Like, it's weird, super weird. But anyways, it's for another day. Here we go, guys. Okay, RMO is actually trading below $13, and I'm down about $100 on my 190 warrants that I bought. For you guys that are on the warrant game with us.
I missed what you said. You cut out.
RMO is breaking below $13 right now. And my 190 warrants that I bought are at 166 right now. Down about $100.
Yeah, at least you didn't buy it at 257.
Ugh, yeah. I needed to be at like 340, I think was the number we discussed. Looks like we're breaking down here, guys. So,
These QQQs rizapping.
yes. We need to see how it reacts to the 313.15. $3 drop. I make, let's see what my delta is. My delta is $250 from here, every dollar down. And I want to see it hit 313. That's $4. So, that's a rack today. Winning. Let's go. Let's do it. About to retest 316.78 or 28, excuse me. I'm actually positive for the day. I'm up Let me see. I'm up $52 on my QQQs. The March 16ths are only down $18 right now, going back lower. Let's see. 5 minutes gonna weigh down on the 1 minute, so I don't even care what's happening on the one right now. I'm flat because I'm down about $16 or $26 on 27 on RMO. So, whoa, what just happened?
Down 423.
Hmm.
Down 423 bucks.
Your spies should be kicking in here soon. We're seeing a lot of weakness at that 391.64 level. I could probably load up my account just on puts on the QQQ today and just ride that thing down. But if it hits this $4 drop like I expect it to, then that's $1,000 today. I expect $1,250 tomorrow, $1,500 the next day, $1,750 Thursday, and then $2K by Friday. So let me do the math on that.
That'd be 10, right?
Huh? Would it? Yeah, that's what I'm
It'll
thinking.
put you at 10, wouldn't it?
I'm thinking so. What did I got lost. 1,000, 1,250. What did I say? 1,750 plus 2. Yeah, that put me right at 10. Let's do it. I'm trying to get to 25. I was trying to get to 25 in like, I have like a month or two on timeline, but at this rate, might be a little bit sooner. Once I get to 25, I want to do margin options. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I heard that.
Huh? What's up? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of the YouTube live stream for the most part. We've made our calls now, so thank you all for joining us. Like I said, I've shared the links all through the chat for our Discord. Feel free to join us for free. We also have a free Facebook chat as well. If you want to have any questions answered or just discuss trades with us overall. Otherwise, thank you for joining. As always, please share, like, and subscribe. Show your support. Couldn't ask for anything